I said it earlier in our post-game report, we got beat by gravity. A stick falls out of the guy's hand, and that's throwing it now. And it's just, what has happened to giving the player the benefit of the doubt? We've said this before on other penalties, where unless it's blatant, then you just need to let it go. Well, this is the same thing here. This wasn't the throwing motion. This wasn't Scott Hartnell throwing a glove at somebody on a breakaway. This was a guy dropping the stick after making the save. Where has common sense gone on this?
Yeah, there isn't any. You know what? It was a pretty good game. It was. Take a look at it. I thought both goalies were incredible as well. Raycroft, who hadn't played in a long time, was a little rusty in the first period. He had trouble finding the puck, and he was really overplaying the puck. But he really got into his game very well. He made a tremendous save on Prospel in about 20 seconds to go, or maybe 10 seconds to go in the game. And Smitty, how many times have we seen he and Ole just keep the game close, make save after save after save to keep the Lightning within striking distance? And I thought there was a lot of good things. Both teams, I thought, played so well in the third period. They played well in their own zone. They filled the passing lanes. When there was a scoring chance, you never had another second chance at it. They did pretty good jobs of controlling rebounds and clearing rebounds. And then to have it, what bothers me more than anything is that let the players decide the outcome of the games. Don't let the officials decide the outcome of the game. And that's what happened tonight. The official decided the outcome of the game.
At the end of the night, you should not know or care who Dan Shakty or Tim
Steele is. You shouldn't even know who their names are.
Yeah, you should. In fact, you should be going home thinking that was a great game, that was great goaltending, good defense. Whoever would ultimately win the game, boy, that was a great shootout goal or a great save to preserve a shootout lead. Instead, we're talking about the officials, and I hate it when that happens. But when they put the spotlight on themselves by some absolutely boneheaded, numbskull decisions like the one we saw in the shootout, what more can you say?
Well, what bothers me too now, we'll read quotes tomorrow from Mike Murphy in the NHL office, and they'll say, they made the right call. Where's accountability for the officials? Every person in sport, I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever it is. Every player, every coach, every manager, every owner is held accountable. They can be criticized, they can be praised, they can do everything. You cannot say anything bad about an official. And I don't care what sport it is, they're not perfect. So if there's no accountability, why would they have any incentive to get better? And that's what bothers me. You want to have people get better, and players get better. Like everybody, if a fan boos you, you're not gonna go out. You're gonna play a lot harder because nobody likes to get booed. If a reporter just says that you played a terrible game, you're gonna make sure you play a good game the next time. If you have a bad coach, you're gonna make sure that you get a good coach. Everybody's held accountable because of that pressure of playing to the fan and the public, which we're supposed to do. But the officials never have to answer. Never. And I don't care what sport it is. What makes them perfect?
No, certainly not a performance tonight. I mean, you get that bad call by Shakty, and then on top of that, you get three other guys huddling together, and they all go, okay.
I think they're doing rock. You know what? I'll tell you what. They're doing rock, paper, scissors.
I think they were. That's the only logical explanation, because, first of all, it's obvious to me Shakty blew the call. And then you've got three other guys watching that same play. What were they thinking? What were they doing? Where were they looking? How do three other guys look at this, not see it for what it is? And I know it's real time and we have the benefit of replay, but how do you not see what this play is and somebody step up and say, well, Dan, I don't know. I think you just dropped the stick on that.
The thing of it is, we had talk on the end on Sun Sports talking about it, and he said, whether it was the right call or not, what bothered him the most was he asked every single one of those guys, who made the call? Who decided that it was throwing your stick? They said, well, it was a collective decision. Oh! And he said, you know what? That is really... Yes. He said, it really is. If you're going to make the call, own up to it. Yep. And he says, you know what? I wouldn't have had a problem with that. If somebody said, I made the call, fine. but not one of them said, I made the call.
Well, I think we can officially say they collectively blew it tonight, and that's the only way that we can wrap that up. Now, even though there's the unwritten rule that we, in general, can't rip the officials, 990-4620 in Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, 461-4620, toll-free 888-546-4620. Segment of your phone calls. This is a time to vent. Just kind of let it loose. All that stress you've built up, all the extra hours of work you've built in, and all that holiday shopping you haven't done yet, just focus it in.
Punching bags in here. We have punching bags in here.
We will set up punching bags. Maybe a few, softball tosses you can knock down the beer cans with. Regardless, let's just get it out on the air tonight on Lightning Hockey Hotline. And for everybody who is sticking around here at Trolley's American Cafe and Sports Bar, as we do after every show, we'll raffle off some prizes. We have a couple pairs of tickets to next Saturday's game against the Stinking Panthers to give away, and also a pair of tickets to Universal Orlando, which we will raffle off before the night is up. So just another reason to join us here at Trolley's after the game, other than the fine 2 cents that Chief will give you.
That we have.
Yeah. Chief will give you not only 2 cents tonight, but an additional 8 if you're kind. So get on the phone lines. We've got a segment of your calls coming up next on Lightning Hockey Hotline on 620 WDAE.
Hey, Lightning.